Good evening, I'm Cynthia Mulligan. We begin with an exclusive City News story, one that began 3 years ago here at U of T in the St. George and Harvard area. Now imagine you're in a public space, somebody takes a video of you and posts it on YouTube. That's actually not uncommon, but in this case, that video went viral and sparked a barrage of online hate. 3 years later, that video is still haunting one woman.
I hope you die of breast cancer.
I look forward to the day your insides are sprayed along a busy sidewalk just so I can laugh at your empty, lifeless carcass. Bitch.
What could one person possibly have done to deserve these messages?
I would love to take a rifle and shoot you dead with it.
How do you feel? We are mere minutes from your address.
This is the woman on the receiving end of that online vitriol.
They've since made my life pretty much a living hell, where it's like I can't trust people.
It all started with this.
So, number one, shut the up for a second.
She's a vocal feminist activist. 3 years ago, she confronted a group of men's rights activists at U of T. This video was shot and posted on YouTube.
Feminists do not want to be lonely. We do not hate nice guys.
And it went viral. With over 1.2 million views and still counting. The online reaction was swift, with hundreds of messages like this.
Gag, rape, and gut.
I tell one dude to shut up, impolitely. Don't get me wrong. I knew.
You were pretty vocal.
I was pretty vocal. I was pretty rude. I'm not going to lie about that, and I won't deny that. But at the same time, it was still just a war of words.
She found the deluge of hate from the video crushing and went underground, not going to any protests for the past 3 years, hoping to fly under the radar. Fast forward to now. Someone found her again. While she was buying a bottle of wine at an LCBO. They took this screen grab of the security video and posted it on Facebook. She believes it was the friendly LCBO employee who helped her a few weeks ago in the store. The post states, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the U of T feminist sensation from about 2 years ago. I deliberately asked her if she needed help to confirm her voice, and my God, everything checks out."
This is such a huge problem, and it's bigger than this one particular LCBO employee. It's an issue of, women getting harassed, especially feminists, getting harassed by men, and in particular, people who are anti-feminist. It's a huge thing that oftentimes we ignore, and we don't take it seriously.
For 3 years, she's been silent. She's afraid of getting another deluge of hate mails. But she also wants her voice back.
Staying silent gets me nowhere. So, I'm still taking heat while I'm staying silent, so I might as well speak up.
Now, we contacted the LCBO about this breach of privacy. In a statement, they said that their surveillance system is in place to provide safety and security, and under their policies, the footage is only supposed to be used for those purposes. Now, they did launch an investigation. However, they say it's an employee matter at this point, and they will not reveal the status of the investigation or if an employee has been sanctioned. We may never know. Throughout our show, we've been telling you about a bizarre story. A young woman, a female activist who challenged a group of men's rights protesters here at U of T on St. George. That was 3 years ago, and ever since, she has been haunted with a barrage of online hate that is still surfacing today. And I'm going to bring Avery Haynes into this conversation now. And we were talking earlier in the newsroom and realized you were actually at that protest that sparked this entire story 3 years ago.
That's right. And at that time, there was a lot of controversy across the city about these men's rights organizations and whether they should or shouldn't be sort of setting up shop in places like U of T and Ryerson and York. And so I thought I'd come down to one of the seminars that they were hosting. And that seminar had a lot of protests, including the woman who you interviewed today.
And so are MRA, so get the back in your treehouse.
This is the Video City News shot of the woman now being haunted and hunted online. It was at a protest against a men's rights group who was holding a seminar at the U of T campus on what's called misandry, the discrimination of and the hatred for men.
Double standards underlie this entire conversation.
A protest a few months before all that turned violent, and all of this came at a time when these men's rights groups were trying to set up shop at university campuses across Ontario. Now, the U of T Student Union told me back then that feminists were being stalked and harassed online by these groups.
They've been putting photos up of outspoken women on campus on their website, saying that they hope they get what's coming to them.
And while the woman in Cynthia's story may feel that she's all alone, she isn't. A Texas-based website called Voice for Men has been actively trying to sic its membership on women at these sorts of protests. Under the headline of Featured Offenders, women at the protests were being outed for being bigots. A link to longer stories on the women says, take note of how easy it is to track these people down and document their actions. At the protest where this woman's problems all began, there were two members of A Voice for Men wearing badges and a small GoPro to document just what was happening. This is what they told me then about targeting feminists.
We are absolutely 100% opposed to violence. We have no patience for it. We don't think it's a legitimate tool of political change.
Threatening posts from the Voice for Men show no signs of letting up. Here's one from just a few months ago from a writer with a message to feminists. He says they need to learn to fear retribution from us. Soon we will have online tools at our disposal to strike fear in the hearts of feminists. Be ready for it.
I'm Cynthia Mulligan. We started our show this evening with a City News exclusive. It's about a feminist activist, a woman who 3 years ago challenged a group of men's activists right here at U of T in the area of Harvard and St. George. Well, she admits she was rude and she swore at them. But she never thought that the video that was captured of that incident and then posted to YouTube would go viral and spark online hate that haunts her to this day. Now, this is a sample of some of the online messages that she has received. I showed them to people out in the area. Some are so vile, they couldn't even read them. Would you look at them and see if you would ever say this to somebody?
Sure.
Okay. And see if you can read them out loud to me.
Oh my gosh. Hope you die of breast cancer.
I would love to take a rifle and shoot you dead with it. You deserve it, you radical feminist.
I would love to rape a hate baby into each and every one of you. Show you the true meaning of victimhood.
Wow, that's insane.
I don't know what to say to that. Like, who says something like that?
You are a tool. I sincerely hope you jump off a bridge. You arrogant, uneducated, angry whore.
We will not rest until see you on. Oh my gosh, can't even say it out loud.
How did you feel reading this?
I felt like a bunch of so much negativity, so much hate. Like it's like you're being stabbed. It's like I felt that being said to me.
Oh, I really don't feel comfortable saying that. I'm sorry.
No, but you can't even say it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, wow, I can't say this. It's bad. It's really bad. It's just disturbing. I can't believe this. Sorry.
That's okay.